Welcome everyone to our trade training program webinar. My name is Miriam. I'm the distribution coordinator here at Tourism NT. And before we start, I want to respectfully acknowledge and honor the Aboriginal people of the Northern Territory and recognize the continuation of culture, connection to lands, water and country. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Once again, a big welcome to everyone. It's so great to see so many agents from Australia and New Zealand here. We had really fantastic numbers this time. And thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy day to join us here. Also, a big welcome to Caitlin from Autopia Tours. She will be presenting in a minute or two. And also Chris from Emu Run. He's unfortunately just an attendee. Due to technical issues, we can't get him to present live, but we have pre-recorded the presentation, so you hear all the details from that. Just a few words, excuse me, on housekeeping. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. We'll have a Q&A at the end of each of our operator presentations, as well as at the end of the webinar. And we're also recording the session to upload it to the Trade Training website. You can watch it later on demand at your own time. Make sure to pay attention to our webinar today, because to be eligible to win one of our incentive prizes, you will need to complete the new Touring the NT training module, which is available on the Trade website. We will add the link in the chat box, but I will also send an email out to everyone who has registered for the webinars with a link to the recording as well as to the training module. All right, and without further ado, let me get started. Just please bear with me to get to share my presentation. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay, 1 moment. Okay. In today's webinar session, we will have a closer look at NT touring products and operators. The Northern Territory offers excellent opportunities for both independent travel and guided tours. A big advantage traveling on a guided tour is gaining insights and information about the region you wouldn't find by just reading. The passionate tour guides hold a wealth of knowledge that adds a unique value to your experience. There are too many operators, obviously, to mention, so I have just listed a few per area to give you an overview. So let's have a look. In the top end, you have See Around Australia and Ethical Adventures, for example, for day trips and multi-day tours. Arnhem Land is definitely a destination best explored on a guided tour, especially as a first timer. For Arnhem Land tours, you can contact Venture North Safaris, Lord's Kakadu Arnhem Land Safaris, and Journey Beyond's Outback Spirit. Top-end day tours even offer day trips from Darwin to West Arnhem Land. They're very popular, great way to just get a whiff. The Red Centre is covered by local operators such as Emu Run Experience. We will hear from Chris in a little while. And Mulgus Adventures, offering outback camping style trips. Companies like AAT Kings, Adventure Tours Australia, and of course Autopia Tours, our second operator presenting here today, offer both tours in the Red Centre and the top end. Then let's have a quick look at some of the popular NT day tours. Once again, way too many to mention them all, so I just made a little selection. When traveling to Alice Springs, make sure to book a historical tour of the city, visit the West MacDonald Ranges, which is a personal favorite, and enjoy an amazing sunrise over Alice Springs during an outback ballooning flight. Uluru is just a magical place with so many great experiences on offer. There are some fantastic small group tours available to Uluru and Karajuta with See It Outback Australia, for example. And if you're more adventurous, try out the Sunrise Segway Tour or enjoy an Uluru Camel Tour. A definite must-do are the Voyages art and dining experiences. Watch the Winjiri cultural laser and drone show, or enjoy the Field of Light dinner, which combines a stunning Uluru sunset and dinner with a walk through the famous Bruce Munro art installation. For a special occasion, book the exclusive Taliwiru dining experience. But the top end is no less packed with once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Book a jumping croc cruise on the Adelaide River or immerse yourself in the culture and art of the Tiwi Islands with Sea-Link ferries or AAT Kings. A must-do is a sunset dinner cruise on Darwin Harbour. Darwin has hands down some of the best sunsets in Australia. Don't miss out on the national parks like Kakadu, Nutmiluk or Litchfield, either on a day trip or multi-day tours. And last but not least, there are some fantastic helicopter experiences available, from scenic flights over Darwin, Litchfield or Kakadu to helipub crawls and heli fishing. Where do you find this information? Visit the northernterritory.com website. You find comprehensive information and inspiration on available guided tours. Simply click the Plan tab on the website and go to the guided tour section. Alternatively, you can find more information under the Things to Do tab. There you can choose from various topics such as Aboriginal cultural experiences, national parks, luxury experiences, and many more to find your ideal tour. All right, this brings me straight to our first guest. It's Caitlin from Autopia Tours. Caitlin, you're here?
Yes.
Fabulous. Let me send you quickly live. And if you like, you can share your presentation. Let me stop sharing first. All right. Okay.
All right. Well, welcome everyone, and thanks for your time today. We're excited to introduce you to Autopia Tours if you've not heard of us, and also present to you our Northern Territory portfolio. So to begin with, who are we? We've been around for 30 years. We're a nationwide operator, a land operator in both FIT and private charter services. We offer premium small group touring throughout Australia. We have our own fleet, our own guides that are trained in-house. And we have three main brands in the Northern Territory, which are consumer facing. So we've got Autopia Tours, which is our FIT sightseeing tours. They offer day tours and extended tours or short break holidays. They incorporate a mix of wildlife, Aboriginal culture and nature-based tours. We also have our walking country, which is a really bespoke sort of exclusive product where we do the Larapinta Trail, which is off to the west of Alice Springs. This is one of the most renowned hiking trails in the world and possibly the best in Australia. So that's for your really fit and active, and we can offer that in a FIT and that operates from May to August, or we can offer it in private group tours as well. And thirdly, we have Australian bus charters. They operate our private touring stuff, which is bespoke, tailor-made group series touring, conferences, anything sort of day excursions, anything that you require, they can bespokely curate it together for you. So as I said, we operate around Australia, but today we're just going to focus on the Northern Territory, and let's kick it off. So as I said, our itineraries are all designed by us, and we try to incorporate at least one or two or three of these elements within every itinerary. So wildlife, nature, people and culture, and something that's really important for us is to also support those local business on the ground in those remote regions that we visit. So our fleet, obviously, the Australian landscape is pretty diverse, and so is our fleet. So we have about 45 vehicles, maybe even more, it's hard to keep count, across Australia. But through the Northern Territory, these are the vehicles that you'll see. And you can use these on both the FIT tours or the private charters. So we've spent a fair bit of money investing in upgrading our fleet coming out of the pandemic. As we know, consumers are willing to pay a little bit extra, but their expectation is also higher. So as part of this, we're rolling out these new Yutongs, moving away from the traditional old Roses, which are a 24-seater. These are a 28-seater, really comfortable interior, and makes for a really great journey. We also have the four-wheel drives. These are great for our extended short break holidays. So we have these located in Alice Springs and in Darwin. So let's kick off our portfolio departing out of Darwin. So this is our top end products. So as you can see, we've got day tours and extended tours. And there's a bit of something for everyone, whether or not you're a leisurely sort of culture-based traveller or you're an active adventurous. So we'll step into the portfolio. So here's our day tours out of Darwin. So we've got a one-day territory wildlife tour. This operates from Friday through to Monday. We're really good for those weekenders that are coming into Darwin. And it's a family-friendly experience. It's about 6 hours, so it's a really good package filler if they want a short activity for whilst up in Darwin. Then we have our one-day Kakadu. Now there's two different options that you can purchase with this one-day tour. They travel on the same vehicle, but we have in the morning they head out of Darwin, head down to the Adelaide River, where guests can either, if they've pre-purchased Fog Dam, which is a bird wetlands, or they can go off and do a jumping crocodile experience. So, and then once they've done their 1 hour activity, they come together, everyone jumps back on, we head down the Arnhem Highway towards Kakadu National Park, where we go to some of the iconic locations like Ubia Lookout, and the Aboriginal Rock Art, Bawali Visitor Centre, and of course the famous Kakadu sign, welcome sign into the region. So that is a 13 hour day. And there again, we have our Litchfield, which is a one-day Litchfield. Now the departure schedule that you can see on the screen at the moment is actually our peak season schedule, which operates from May to October. However, keep in mind, Autopia operates day tours all year round. Obviously, through the tropical summer period or wet season, which is November to March or April, we have a pared back departure schedule, but we've always got something operating. So keep us in mind when you're bringing your travellers over. So with the Litchfield, once again, we head out of Darwin straight down to Adelaide River, where guests have the option, if they've pre-purchased Fog Dam, which is the bird wetlands, or a jumping crocodile. Then they come together, we head south towards Batchelor, where guests can pick up something for lunch, and then we head into the Litchfield National Park, where we spend the day jumping in and out of the waterfalls of Wangai, Florence, Bewley, and we'll also go and explore the termite mounds down there as well before heading back to Darwin, about a 6 p.m. return time. And lastly is our one-day Catherine Gorge tour. This is a must-do when you're travelling to the top end. It's a long day. It's kind of similar to a Great Ocean Road, about 13, 14 hours. We leave around 6:30 in the morning and we get back at about 8 o'clock at night. But it's so worthwhile. So we'll head straight down the Stewart Highway, south of Darwin, hit Nipmuc National Park, where guests will jump on board a 2-hour Catherine Gorge Nip Dreaming cruise, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. It's a great experience and something not to be missed. Then after lunch, we head out to Edith Falls, where they can have a cool off and they can just chill out and relax. or do a bit of a wander around if they're not, if it's seasonal and you can't get to the waterhole. And then we head back up to Darwin. Then we've got our short break adventures. Now, these are, we've separated our extended into two very different touring styles. One is your accommodated. This is more for your culture-based traveller, maybe something with a little slower pace, where it's not so many of the big hiking walks. So the physical level is sort of moderate, medium to moderate. And then we've got our adventure, sort of soft adventure. These are our camping experiences. So we're going to highlight the newest tour, which is our 2-day, 1-night Kakadu. This is a great experience. It operates through the summer period, so it's operating now, and we're working in partnership with Kakadu Tourism on this one, staying at Kalinda Lodge. Guests will have 2 different accommodation styles. And that's what we do on a lot of our extendeds. We offer sort of a more budget friendly and then a more comfort level. So with this 2-day outback retreat, we've got glamping, and we've also got the lodge rooms. Now, both of which you're probably thinking, traveling in summer, it's going to be hot. Both have air conditioning, so keep that in mind. Then we've got our 3-day camping. Now, this is Kakadu National Park and Litchfield National Park combined over 3 days, 2 nights. We have our own purpose-built campsites, and these are out at Jabiru, and we use the campground facilities, which I'll show you in the next photo, so you can really get an understanding of the styles of what our accommodation looks like. So this tour operates from April to October. None of our extendeds operate over the, none of the camping experiences operate outside of November to March. So just keep that in mind. And then we've got our 4-day, 3-night Kakadu. Now, this is a great experience for someone that just wants to get out there, maybe is not 100% fit and active like others, but still want to get and see the region. So this is an accommodated where guests will stay at the McCure Crocs and Knots Crossing. So the level of accommodation is sort of motel, hotel style, ensuite bathrooms, and this departs once a week every Monday. And the good thing about this itinerary is once we get out to Kakadu, we actually get to go and do an amazing experience right on the border of Kakadu and Arnhem Land, which is called the Guliyumbi Cruise. This is operated by traditional owners in the area, a wonderful experience for those that really want to immerse themselves in the culture of the Northern Territory. We also do the 2-hour Nick Nick Dreaming cruise down at Catherine Gorge. But this is a great little package for those looking for a comfort level sort of touring style. Then we have our 5-day, 4-night Kakadu. This incorporates the best of the best. It does Kakadu, it does Catherine, it does Litchfield. It's a camping trip. It's in 4-wheel drive. It's our purpose-built campsites, so they're exclusive to our guests. And this one's just a fantastic experience. It ticks the box of all of the iconic destinations that you want to see when you go to the Northern Territory or the top end. So here's some examples of the style of accommodation that we have available. So as you can see in the top right corner, these are our bush swags. So these are available on both the 3-day and the 5-day camping trips. And then the next level of accommodation is our safari tents, which you'll see just to the left. These are purpose-built, permanent campsites with hard floor interiors, twin single bed configuration, and obviously plenty of airflow during those hot periods that we get up in the top end. You can see here we use the campsite facilities for showers and toilets. So even though they're doing an outback experience, they do have some luxuries or comforts, as we call them. And then the accommodated photos here are for our 2-day. So you've got some lodge rooms there, also the McCure Croc, which is quite famous out at Kakadu. And you'll see the photo below the swag. This is actually the glamping on our 2-day Kakadu outback retreat. So that's the budget style. which is not budget because it's got aircon. But yeah, so that gives you a bit of an overview of our top end product portfolio. Now we're going to jump and head south to Alice Springs, Uluru. So we have a base that's located out at Alice Springs, and we offer a variety of different products here that really meet to the traveller's travelling route. Whether they're flying into Ayers Rock or whether they're flying into Alice Springs, we've got something for everyone. We've got 2-day tours, we've got 3-day tours, we've got 4-day tours, and we've also got our 5-day Larapinta. Now, all of these extendeds out of Central Australia are camping style tours. So let's get into it. So we've got our 1-day West MacDonald Ranges, and this is a fantastic day tour just west of Alice Springs. Really good package filler if you've got someone that's in Alice Springs looking for something to do. Lunch is included. It's all a nature-based, wildlife-based tour. There's a fair bit of culture as well, where we'll go out to the ore pits. We'll go out to Ormiston Gorge, Leary Creek, Stanley Chasm. It's just a fantastic region. If you've not been there, definitely let us know and we'll get you out there. So then we've got our 2-day Uluru tour. Now this is great. All of these 2-, 3-, and 4-day tours, they start in Alice Springs or Ayers Rock. But be careful because they don't all finish in Ayers Rock. Hence why we've designed the 2-day, because that allows guests who are flying out to do that Ayers Rock to Cairns flight or Ayers Rock to Sydney flight. So this is a perfect just little teaser on what the Red Centre has to offer. Bear in mind also the 3- and the 4-day will increase departure schedule to 6 days a week, and that will be during the peak season. So do keep in mind, it doesn't matter what the brochure says or the product fact sheet, we will increase departures on demand. So here's some examples of our accommodation out of the Red Centre. Now it's a little bit different to the top end. Obviously the tents, where you can see here we've got some really amazing campsites. These are purpose built for us, our guests only, so it's exclusive to them. And you can see the location of them. So they're the little horseshoe shapes just south of Uluru. So really fantastic experience. So we use the campsite facilities at Uluru. Now in Kings Canyon, we have our own showers and toilets, purpose built. And you can see here on the far left, this is one of the toilets out at Kings Canyon, which is great. So you can go to the toilet with a view. We do now have a cloth that pulls across as well. So it's that real Australian outback experience. So in the Red Centre, we've got the swags and the safari tents. So those 2 options are available for all departures through the Red Centre. And you can see in the bottom corner for those special occasions, in the bottom left-hand corner, we do set up some special dinners. So this is what we'll be doing on our New Year's Eve tour and our Christmas tour, just to make it that little bit special for guests out on their trip. So if you do have guests that have maybe a birthday or something coming up, do let us know and we'll try to accommodate and make it a really special experience for them. Now here's a slide with the team. So feel free to reach out to us at any time. You can access this presentation through the Tourism NT webinar site, and feel free to reach out anytime. We'd be more than happy to help you, whether it's FIT or private charters. And I'm just going to leave you with just a nice feel-good sort of teaser on the Northern Territory and what we stand for as a tour operator.
We're young at heart and we want to remind people what it feels like to be a kid again, to smell, to touch and to feel, to experience nature. The Territory is full of unique landscapes and features. It's addictive. It kind of brings you in and then it holds you there. When people's eyes light up because they've just seen something in the NT that they've never seen before, it's absolutely priceless, and it reminds us why we love doing what we do. It's incredibly important for Autopia Tours to be able to share Aboriginal culture. It's such an important part of Australia's history and the world's history. So when people leave, we want them to feel a sense of connection. We believe that travel should be less about ticking the boxes and more about authentic travel experiences.
Fabulous.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Caitlin. We actually have 2 questions that came through. Sorry, I'm just putting you back online so everyone can see you. Sharon would like to know the glamping options can be shared twin for 2 friends traveling?
Correct. Yeah, so with the with our camping experiences, the swags can be sold as single. The safari tents can be sold as single as well, or as twins. So those that purchase a safari tent as a solo traveller will be paired with a like-minded traveller or of the same gender, or alternatively, if we have odd numbers, they may end up with a safari tent to themselves. With the glamping on the 2-day Kakadu Outback Retreat, this is sold as quantity of 2 because it's a glamping style and they've got queen beds. So that does need to be sold in 2s. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then Mel would like to know, does Autopia Tours cater for all age groups, families especially?
Yeah, so our day tours, of course, so the Jumping Crocodile Cruise, the Wildlife Territory, there's no age restriction on those ones. They're the half-day tours out of the top end. All of our other day tours, either in the Red Centre or the top end, the minimum age is 6. That's just due to either safety reasons around the waterfalls or hiking up at Kakadu or in the West MacDonald Ranges. Now, all of our extendeds, it's from 8 years and above.
Okay, fabulous. And I'll just quickly ask the module questions, super quick, so we just are sure that everyone knows what to answer.
Time, didn't I?
No, that's all good. We're going to go over in any case, so I hope everyone has a bit more time. What is the minimum number of guests for the Autopia Tours multi-day tours?
Yeah, no problem. So thanks for the question. So our minimum group size is 6.
Awesome. Does Autopia's Red Centre 2-day tour offer a return drop-off to Alice Springs?
Unfortunately, no. This one is designed, so it's designed to pick up in Alice Springs or Uluru, but it only finishes in Uluru. Yeah.
Fabulous. And does the 4-day top-end tour offer a camping option?
No. So in 2023, we definitely offered a 4 and a 5-day, but that we've separated those markets because of the Jim Jim Falls walk, which was previously on our 4-day, where a lot of our guests actually, unfortunately, weren't able to complete the walk. So this one is now our leisurely culture-based tour, fully accommodated. So no camping on the 4-day.
Cool. And then lastly, Tamara came through with one last question. How flexible can you be with excess luggage if clients go from Ice Rock to Alice Springs, for example?
Funny you say that, because we got a call the other day that 2 guests were bringing 90 kilos. If we're given enough notice, look, we do ask, please keep it with what they can carry on a flight. So whether that's 23 kilos and then a small day pack. If guests are travelling with larger luggage, we do understand they can't just leave it if they're going in a one-way direction. Just give us as much notice as possible and we'll make sure we'll have either a larger trailer or use a larger vehicle on those tours.
Fabulous. Thanks so much, Caitlin. It was fantastic. And
no problem. Thanks so much.
No worries. If more questions come through, we can answer them later. I'm going to share my presentation again to give Chris from Emu Run the opportunity to present on his, sorry, let me quickly, yep. Okay. All right. So Chris is in the crowd. If there are any questions, he can answer through our Q&A option. So don't be shy. And I'm gonna start the, oh, excuse me, a little bit too fast. There we go. Hi, Chris, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us, even though it's not quite live, but doesn't matter. It's great to have you on board. And yeah, if you like, just say hi and you can start with your presentation.
Hi, Miriam. Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending. My name is Chris, and I'm going to present Emu Run's product today. So very happy to be able to make it, even if it's not like in life, but it is what it is, technology.
It is. It's always our friend here at the trade training webinars.
All right. So Emu Run, locally based in Alice Springs. We have been on the market for about 20 years, 22 years actually. And yeah, we are mainly focusing on the 45+ market. And we do both FIT tours as well as private group touring. So we've got a few products and a few tours from Alice Springs and Ayers Rock, and we also do private charters. I will go through each of those products. So starting from Alice Springs, we have our one-day tour that includes our Sunset Barbecue. We have a one-day West McDonald Ranges tour, Palm Valley in 4-wheel drive, and 2 half-day tours. One is Alice Springs Historical Tour, and the other one that goes to the Desert Park. Many of you probably know also that we do coach transfer from Alice Springs to Ayers Rock and vice versa. And yeah, I will just go through those products. So that's like quite a few products for a small company, but we do, we do well, and we have been operating for about 20 years. So very happy to help many travelers all around the world. So our one-day tour, a very big trip that starts from Alice Springs and return to Alice Springs. So early morning start from the accommodation in Alice Springs. Pickup is obviously included. 6 a.m., 7 a.m. early morning, and get back to Alice Springs after a big day out at around 11 p.m., 12 a.m. So a very full day. We do have 2 drivers for this tour. So one that drives from Alice Springs to Uluru, and that's about like 5-6 hours in total. And then the driver guide will start touring at Uluru. So it sounds like a very full day, but there is a lot of time to enjoy the national parks. So we spend time at the cultural center. We stop along the way at Mount Connor Lookout and do a few walks around Uluru. And there's also plenty of time to stop for photography opportunities. So that's a very big day, but again, yeah, lots of time to enjoy the national parks. And to finish off the day, amazing sunset barbecue dinner. So that's a very, how can I say, authentic barbecue dinner. Nothing fancy, but very like casual and friendly. The guides do an amazing job and set up like everything in no time, and it's happening right in front of Uluru. So that's an amazing setup. And yeah, sparkling wine, bubbles, beers, and of course barbecue. So that's a great product. The exact same tour is also from Ayersburg Resorts. So basically the same tour, same location, and also it also includes the sunset barbecue dinner. The only difference is that there is less drive, obviously, because we start sometime around 11:30, depending on the season, directly at the resort. If you have some client who just want to join us for the sunset barbecue dinner, that's also an option. The only difference is that the national park is not included, but basically around 90 minutes prior to the sunset, you will be transferred from the resort to the sunset viewing area and join for the barbecue dinner. That's a good way to enjoy sunset, even if like you have self-drivers, they have their own car and they just want to have like nothing to do for nothing to cook for the evening. They can join us for the sunset barbecue dinner. The only thing is that they will join passengers who have been like spending the day all together. So sometimes the feedback are a bit like, yeah, it's better to join like the full day tour, just to enjoy like the whole experience. So the touring in the national park and also the sunset barbecue dinner, but that's still an option. Like if passengers have a bit less time and just want to join for the barbecue dinner. In Alice Springs, so historical tour, half day. That goes through the main sites to know and learn more about the history of Alice Springs, the School of the Air, the telegraph station, and the Royal Flying Doctors. So that's half day, mainly in the afternoon, 3 or 4 times per week. It's seasonal. And in the morning, between 8 and 12, we do provide the return transfer to Alice Springs to additional accommodation to the desert park. We usually recommend 3 to 4 hours. Most people unfortunately do not stay enough time when they go self-driving. It's a pretty big park, so that's 3 to 4 hours are just the right amount of time to enjoy the park. Now our one-day tours. So we've got 2 tours, and one of them is the West McDonnell Ranges tour. That's interesting tour, and usually more locals and New Zealand travelers are interested in visiting that place because they spend more time in Alice Springs and in Central Australia. It's a one-day trip that's pretty much 10 hours in total, so 7:45 in the morning and back at 5:30 in the evening. We do include the Bushman lunch, which is a picnic style lunch. The national park fee, of course, are included, and we stopped a few times along the way from Alice Springs up to Ormiston Gorge or Glen Ellen Gorge, depending on the season. And during the summer months, when it gets very warm, we have also the possibility to have a swim at Ellery Creek. So that's a very full day, and that includes a lot of stop. Sounds like a short trip in terms of distances, but it's about 200 kilometers each way. And we do stop every 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So that's a very pleasant day. And that includes all the highlights of the West McDonnell Ranges. Group size are usually between 15 and 20. We use for that a smaller bus, so up to 24 seats. But if we have more passengers, we can have 2 tours running at the same time. Palm Valley, so Palm Valley 4-wheel drive is a seasonal product, mainly because of the season in Central Australia. So April to October, usually late April to late October. Very adventurous tour in 4-wheel drive, so that's more for people who want to enjoy a bit of a walk and hike and get some taste of an adventure with the 4-wheel drive. So we go off-road once we get into the national park. And yeah, that's interesting product again, focusing more targeting the local market, because yeah, it's a bit off the beaten track, but yeah, most people enjoy this tour, and especially during the season, it gets often booked out. It's only up to 20 packs and run pretty much every day during the season. So that's a very great tour. So this is our buses, and that we use for private touring and also for our day tour, of course. So 54-seater, very comfortable, and 38-seater. We have ordered a couple more, so the company is growing, which is good, and we will get a few more like big buses. And we also have smaller vehicles for private touring, airport transfer that some of you probably booked, private airport transfer and private transfer just from Alice Springs to Ayersworth return. And that's us, Emu Run. So this is our contact here. Myself, I'm Chris. I look after the charters, but we have also the friendly reservation team available at info@emurun.com.au, and Patrick, if you wanted to reach out direct to him.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Chris, that is amazing. Sorry, I cut you off there.
That's okay.
Fabulous. Thanks. It was awesome to hear from you. Just to make sure everyone has the questions for the modules. Just to recap, during the high season, April to October, how many days per week does Emu Run operate the West MacDonnell Ranges tour? Can you let us know again?
Yes, sure. So that's pretty much every day. This tour is always available. Of course, sometimes if there are like less passengers, we don't. But yeah, it's a tour that runs pretty well and pretty much every day. Yeah.
Perfect. Uluru Park entrance fee, is this included in the Emu Run one-day Uluru with Sunset Barbecue tour?
It is included. It is included, yes.
Awesome. And what attractions are included in the Emu Run Historical Alice tour?
So that's the Royal Flying Doctors, School of the Air, and the Telegraph Station.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sure
my pleasure.
Everyone enjoyed it, and it was great to have you. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Fabulous. That was Chris from Emu Run. I didn't see any of the any questions come through. If you can think of anything, don't be shy to post it in the Q&A box. Chris is online and can still answer. Otherwise, we answer those ones later. I know we're running a little bit behind, so I'm just going to take you through a few news trade specials. I'm really excited about this, and a few new products. Starting off with Kakadu Tourism. They are offering a special self-fulfill rate for travel agents between the 10th of October and the 28th of March 2024. You have the opportunity to stay in Kakadu National Park for extremely attractive rates. For example, the Mercure Crocodile Hotel in Jabiru and the Coinda Lodge in Kakadu National Park can be booked from $99. Tours are on offer from $80 per person if booked with accommodation. If you're interested, send an email to reservations@yellowwater.com.au with the code industry in the subject line. Then Voyages is also offering an agent special. Voyages invites members of the travel industry to enjoy the spiritual heart of Australia this summer with a great special travel deal. All discounted accommodation rates include breakfast, and from about $200 per night, you can stay at the Outback Hotel. Desert Gardens is available from $215 per night, and Sails in the Desert, the 5-star accommodation, is available from $240 per night. These are unheard rates. Additionally, Voyages offers 50% discount of selected touring products, including the brand new cultural drone and storytelling experience, Winjiwiwiru, as well as the Field of Light, the acclaimed light show. Book and travel before the 29th of February 2024 or until sold out. For bookings, visit the trade.voyages.com.au website and book. For bookings, call the number on the screen using the code SUMMER50. Then on new products, it's very exciting. It's all around good news for improved accessibility to the NT. Thanks to the NT government's territory aviation attraction scheme, more flight routes are coming into the NT. Bonza announced 12 new flights per week to and from the NT. From this week onwards, actually from today, they will fly from the Sunshine Coast and from Friday from the Gold Coast into Darwin with rates starting from $149. And then from the 12th of December, Bonza will also start flying from Melbourne to Alice Springs from about $139. More information is available on flybonza.com. And then also super exciting, it has been announced recently that Virgin Australia will commence flights from Melbourne and Brisbane to Uluru from June 2024. So watch the space. That's good news. Then looking at our touring products. Sorry. Yes, we are looking at Ethical Adventures because they are now offering a tropical summer 2-day Litchfield and Kakadu adventure. This small group tour with a maximum of 10 packs departs and returns to Darwin. On day 1, you explore Litchfield National Park, including visits to Florence, Toma, and Wangi Falls. At the end of the day, you stay at Coinda Lodge in Kakadu National Park in a lodge room. And the second day, you start with the Yellow Water Billabong sunrise cruise before you visit the Warrajan Cultural Centre, Jabiru Township, and discover the Aboriginal rock art at Nolangi. In the evening, you will be dropped off at your Darwin accommodation. For information, visit the Ethical Adventures website under ethicaladventures.com.au, and you'll find it under the multi-day tours. Then going into a little bit further into the there we go, to Catherine with Catherine Outback Experience. A new summer workshop is now available. If you have ever wondered what life is like working on a remote cattle station, you have now the chance to experience life as a stockman or stockwoman in the Australian Outback with the Stockman's Experience. This 1.5-hour workshop runs from October 2023 to April 2024, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Tickets are available from $89 per adult, and you can find more information under catherineoutbackexperience.com.au. And if you just can't get enough of a good webinar with yours truly, dial in next week to the Tourism Australia's Aussie Specialist program. They have a Spotlight Month webinar. The program offers a fantastic platform for travel agents to upskill themselves on anything Australia to attract more clients and sell higher value vacations. Every month, the Spotlight is on a different Australian state, and the month of December is all about the Northern Territory. As part of the Spotlight Month, I will join Tourism Australia for a webinar on drive holidays in the NT. So if you like, on the 5th of December at 10 a.m. Sydney time or 12 p.m. New Zealand time, you can join this webinar. Again, you can stand a chance to win amazing prizes sponsored by vehicle rental company THL, Discovery Kings Canyon Resort, and Outback Ballooning. Make sure you sign up to the webinar under the aussiespecialist.com website and join us. And then this brings me to our own trade training incentive. First of all, big congratulations to all the winners from last quarter. And this quarter, we once again give away a $4,000 worth prize package. This consists of a $1,000 WebJet voucher, $2,000 worth of Destination Central Australia vouchers, where you can experience more Red Centre products. Then thank you very much to Emu Run. They sponsor a one-day Uluru tour with Sunset Barbecue for 2. And then thank you to Autopia Tours and Caitlin. They sponsor a gift voucher worth $600 towards any Autopia tour trip in the NT. We also will draw again 2 placements to our Roundup for Mill scheduled for April 2024. And this quarter's prize draw will take place on Tuesday, 27th of January 2024. Now, to win, as you know, by now you have to register for the program, attend the webinar, which you have done now, and also please complete the training module. Once again, the link to the training module is already in the Q&A section, and I will send an email. If you have watched the webinar, it will take you 2 minutes to complete the training module, so no problems here. And yes, this brings me to the end of our webinar. Thank you so much all for joining us. It was fantastic to see you. And hopefully you got some good information. Hopefully see you next time again. Sorry, before we go, we did have some questions, if you still have time. Matilde wants to know, do you have a minimum passenger number of passengers to run your tours, Chris? We had this question yesterday as well. And yeah, I think we will be able to answer that question afterwards. So thank you, Caitlin.
Thanks, guys.
And have a good day. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.